Hello everybody, welcome to my final presentation for geography titled Glaciers. You know them, we love them, they rock. Okay, so the official definition of glaciers is masses of ice that persist from year to year and tend to flow downhill under their own weight. They range in size from ice sheets that cover a large region, which we call continental glaciers, to much smaller glaciers that are restricted to a single mountain or valley called alpine glaciers. So glaciers, where and how do they form? I'm very glad you asked. Glaciers form in snowfields where snow and ice accumulate faster than they melt, so it begins to stack up. And they only form if the area is cold and receives enough snowfall to allow ice and snow to accumulate. Makes sense, right? So, fun fact. As the snow gets buried, it compresses into ice, turning blue in the process. So when you see blue streaks in glaciers, that's what it is. Most glaciers also have lines, grooves, ridges, and sediment-rich streaks formed by the flow within the glacier. So my family actually landed on an alpine glacier named Herbert Glacier, located near Juneau, Alaska. We took a helicopter and landed on an ice sheet. So if you can see the brown in the glacier, that is the finer sediment and the rocks that it picks up when it moves downhill. And as it also moves, internal stresses cause its upper surface to break, forming vertical fractures, which are called a crevice. They are especially abundant and well developed as the glacier flows along the valley walls or along the curve. An accumulation of sediment that was carried and deposited by a glacier is called a moraine, and there are three types. The first type is a lateral moraine. It forms along the sides of a glacier and is expressed as dark fringe of rocks and other debris. So when the glacier melts, lateral moraines form low ridges along the edge of the glacier. A medial moraine is a sediment-rich belt in the center of a glacier, and it forms when two glaciers join, trapping their lateral moraines together. And a terminal moraine forms at the termination of a glacier and marks the furthest downhill extent. A crucial question that a lot of people ask is, how do glaciers erode? Well, there are three defined ways: plucking, abrasion, and from glacial meltwater. Plucking is concentrated on the downflow side of irregularities in the underlying glacier, but it can form anywhere beneath the glacier. And then abrasion is where rock and smaller sized sediment at the glacier's base scrapes at underlying bedrock. And then glacial meltwater is where part of the glacier can melt along its base or on the surface from insolation. There's a lot that we can learn from glaciers, and I hope that you've learned a little bit from what I've presented today. Thank you! Please enjoy this video of me sampling some water from the glacier. Tell me when. Go.